Okay, Christian's second gel letter, page 4. I'm gonna get this thing out of the way as soon as possible right now. The last time I recorded this was around December of last year. It's April now, so I have to step up my game. Even though I only have like 30 something subscribers on YouTube, it's like, it doesn't matter. It's still kind of unacceptable to, at least for me, to just like leave work like that. And I have been busy, and I've also realized that I'm just kind of being redundant whenever I upload this, whenever I make these videos, because I was so excited at first making to make these videos because I like graphology, which is the science of studying handwriting. I like the whole subject of Christian. I like psychology. I like blah blah blah. I like a lot of those type of sciences. So I'm not a professional, by the way, as I say in every video, as I put in the beginning of every video, and all those things are a reason why I just like didn't really made these things anymore for a while. I'm always busy, by the way. I'm an illustrator and stuff like that. I'm always really busy, and I just procrastinated this until right now. I decided that I'm not gonna be doing a whole video for one page at a time. I'm gonna finish the whole thing, call it a day, focus on other things, other cool ideas that I have, and whenever I read somebody else's handwriting and analyze it with the best of my knowledge about this subject, I'm gonna do it. But I have other people in mind that I have found on the internet. Well, anyways, I'm not gonna be redundant anymore. Says I, who was redundant right now, but saying redundant again. Yeah. So, just as a quick note before I keep going, in graphology, you can find out a lot of things, pretty much everything about the person who is writing it, and it all depends on how you write things, from the shape of the letters to the force that you utilize, the way you correct things, the speed you write, everything. So I was so excited that I was trying to dissect exactly what Chris was going in every single moment, in every single page. But that's where the redundancy came out, because I realized that there's very little you can really tell from page to page, and it's just like just wasting time. Anyways, continuing now. Alright, rating. I haven't recorded anything in months, so I'm like rambling too much. Rating. Now, it's mostly good and well. Not perfect meatballs. Banquet dinners have better meatballs. I mean, you're Christian. And chicken is awfully dry. Okay. Okay, in this first paragraph we find the things that I have been talking about pretty much in every single video ever about Chris. This is one of the reasons why I don't want to keep doing this anymore. I just want to get everything done, because I'm just usually repeating myself every single time, and I just realized that I was excited at first, but it's actually kind of stupid later. Just do video to video, just saying the same shit. For example, his emotional instability, and the way that basically everything, in case you don't want to watch the rest of the videos, the main things that you can notice right away, even from somebody like me who is not a professional, is that his handwriting confirms his emotional instability, his repressed energy, repressed emotions, repressed anger, depression, a little bit of ambition. He's not really sure of himself. He doesn't really believe himself. He's not 100% convinced of what he's saying. He's sort of just rushing and making up the things as he goes, and he feels rushes of adrenaline and just excitement whenever a lot of excitement, a lot of real excitement whenever he starts fantasizing about his dimensional merge and all, all of his fantasy bullshit. And whenever he remembers something, he actually really like uh, revives those moments like really vividly. That's pretty much the gist of what I can say my memory right now, of everything that you can see in his writing. For example, here, ink pastings in the M and in the A of half, those represent repressed anger. Whenever you, what I mean by that is that, for example, when you write and you have repressed energy stemming from anger, frustration, excitement, not that much excitement, anger, frustration, um, repressed negative emotions. When you think of something, when you think of a word and then you write it and you press a lot because you feel that burst of energy that came to your mind, and then that directs to your hand when you're writing. That can also direct to your hand whenever you're doing something, anything else. When you squeeze somebody's hand or whatever, you're holding something and you just like squeeze it and like kind of maybe you break something or stuff like that. Um, Whenever you do that, you leave more ink in that letter that you were writing. That's what is called the ink pasting there, and that's why you could tell that it's repressed energy. The O, his O's are very. His no, wait. First of all, another thing that I left out, and it's something very Christian that you can see in every single letter that he writes. His invasiveness, I forgot. He's very trademark that everybody knows. Anybody who knows Christian knows about his invasiveness. How he doesn't really respect other people's space, other people's rights, and stuff like that. He says he does, but he doesn't. You can see it confirmed there. He doesn't leave spaces. Barely. Sometimes he does, but he barely ever respects spaces in letters. That represents not you not respecting other people's spaces. Letters are people. Letters represent people. Yeah, you can see it as letters representing people, and the space that you leave between words are the space that you respect from people, that you respect of people. And so, yeah, you get the idea. Um, I'm just gonna rush. I'm not gonna explain a lot. I'm just gonna rush, and I'm just sort of gonna read for completionist sake. I'm pretty much gonna be finding the same old things that I'm getting that I have been finding in the previous letters, with little changes here and there, because he's gonna be talking about something that came out to his mind and that made him feel a little bit more, I don't know, anxious, happy, whatever. I'm probably gonna point that out, but it's usually gonna be the same old things that we've already been saying. And I'm gonna read the whole thing, and I don't want to be here forever. And I'm gonna waste a lot of time. So, okay, going on. You can see right there he raised something something that he was, I don't know what I don't know what he was trying to write there, can or con or something. I already talked about erasing things, the way you erase things, how that represents one thing or the other in other videos. Basically, whenever he's more emotional about a word that he's writing, he corrects it, and whenever it's a word that doesn't represent anything emotion for him, he like writes over it like that. He just like erases it like that. And at present, we are asking all people to send money to the Sunshine Temple Act 14 branch that occurred in Rogersville, Virginia, to pay off the mortgage and remaining debts. Food for Barbara is also appreciated. It's curious to see that, for example, right there, he's talking about paying the mortgage for Barb and all that shit, and you can see how his ambition is, his excitement for that idea, his wishes for that idea go through the roof, and he started because he's thinking about that. He's writing faster there, and when he writes appreciate it, he would actually really appreciate that. He's honest about. He's true and honest about that shit. The writing there starts going upwards. He's ambitioning that he would actually appreciate that. Appreciate it. And visitors who personally offer, again, offer, and he's like, it's offering, and he feels he ambitions that offering, writing upwards, letting the letters go upwards a little bit more. Offer genuine kindness and good intentions and are all encouraged to visit the temple. Prayers to Aunt Christine and I are appreciated and shall be answered. Call. Praise to Jesus have been going to Christine for nearly, again, pasting there, Christine, for nearly, Christine. There's some conflict there. There's some conflict with the self-image there. Christine, and the N, I don't remember exactly all the things that you can dissect from writing the letter N. I don't remember right now exactly. But I should just look for that on the internet. You gotta find a lot of information, or watch videos about professionals talking about the N in graphology. I forgot right now, but he went downwards. The N is pasted and it's downwards. It's like below the rest of the word. That's very interesting. Again, you see the N again pasted. There's some conflict there, some personal conflict there. 40 years now. Absolutely nothing is to be taken from within the temple or its property yard or defaced. All who do this shall be struck down by my allies, the gods, and heaven's armies. Blessings of great measures and. You see how he was more stable when he was talking about the previous things, and then when he starts talking blessings of great measures personally for all who come visit and bring good positive titles and offerings. You can see how that part right there is talking about other people and all the like blessings for everybody who comes and visit and brings like good vibes and everything like that. He's not really sure. He feels kind of down about that. He's not really sure. He pretty much believes. I'm pretty sure he was thinking, yeah, it's just gonna be trolls like fucking. They're trying to fuck around with me and whatever. And you can see how the writing becomes like it starts going downward. That represents going feeling low emotions very much. Next page real quick. Also donations. Oh, look at that O right there. Donations to my email account can be made through the central. There's he's not feeling too sharp about writing that. His letters become smaller. It's not as less sure, and he's less comfortable writing that. Regional jail website and only. Look at how much emphasis he makes on only, and he makes the little knot in the O. It's like on top. He's usually more conservative people make the knot on the O, on the top of the O. Conservative, but like imaginative people, I think. I get confused right now on the top part of the O and the bottom part of the O with a knot. It doesn't matter. U.S. postal money orders, cashiers, checks, or certified checkers made out and addressed to Christine. It is acceptable through the postal mail
While that is greatly appreciated as well, the needs of such a temple and barber safety and keep of the temple remains of high priority. And lastly, but importantly, contact the local Virginia governor and of Ruckersville. And again, when you see that, he's talking about people contacting the local Virginia government and of Ruckersville and Charlottesville, Virginia, as well as President Biden. Oh, President Biden. For real, Chris. And get me Christine's body. And well, basically, when he's asking to people for people to do some shit, he's ordering his minions to do his bidding, Christine's bidding there. His ambition starts. He starts writing upwards, upwards, upwards. Everything's high, 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 high. The letters start becoming taller, a little slightly bigger, and his writing's going upwards more. It feels more, ambition towards that. He wishes that, and he starts like, going, like flying a little bit, you might say. Christine's buddy, as well as Christine herself, obviously. Christine's body, as well as Christine. Isn't that just you, Cruz? I think I'm confused. Full pardon. Oh, look at the emphasis on full pardon with the pasting in the N again. What is the N? I forgot, but there's the very consistent conflict on the N right there. And full pardon, he really means that. It's like full pardon right now, please. To get me out of this jail, and miss, please. What happened was literally a divine mission. Such commission to Christine and I by Emmanuel, God above gods, herself to heal and cleanse Barbara's health and what health and soul. You see how much he doesn't respect spaces? Health and soul have been. I mean, you may argue that his has very little space in the sheet, but still, it's very consistent in every single page. So it's not just the space; it's also the fact that he doesn't respect spaces. It's not just the space on the sheet, the physical space on the sheet. It's the fact that he doesn't respect the personal space of people. I mean, no shit, am I right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's why he's in jail. Uh-oh. But a lot of things, go along with analyzing handwriting. It's not all just the way you write something. It's also the external elements, like for example, you might have very little space in a sheet, and that's why you don't, you like compact everything. You don't really leave a lot of spaces. You might be really tired when you're writing something, and that might look different from when you are energized. You might be sick whenever you're sick. You write in a certain way. Whenever you're healthy, you write in a different kind of way. You might just be in a very awkward position, very uncomfortable, and you can't really write the way you do every single time. So it might show off in the letter, confusing you, confusing the person who is analyzing the handwriting. And that's pretty much why you have to be a professional. But I like this type of subjects too, so much that I'm doing these videos for fun. But but it's very important that to state it and to be honest, and not to try to look like a professional here or anything. Herself to heal and cleanse Barbara's health and soul, and being clear of remaining students and such. He regrets to cuddle, cuddling, talking, and supportive soul bonding. Yeah. Soul bonding, true and honest
understanding, whatever. It's always the same fucking speech.
To merely extend her life,
Sure.
personally by divine intervention.
Next page.
As Christine had told a few others via mail, the plant posted into kiwi forms. All of you were being and are now being divinely tested.
Sure, man, sure.
With the divinely purposed leak of this information, too many of you have epically failed by responding and giving into the drama.
Sure, man, sure.
Instead of
Erase.
ignoring them.
You see, in other parts he corrects, and in this part he erased. Moving on, I'm talking too much.
With greater considerations,
And he lined that considerations. He really wants to makes a lot of emphasis in the consideration. For example, whenever you do a signature and you line your own name, you have a very high image of yourself. You have a Oh, by the way, this weird noise is a bottle. It's a bottle of water. So that yes, I'm just in case somebody's like, "What the fuck is that noise?" You think very highly of yourself, and you make a lot of emphasis. You want to stand out, and you want other people to notice you, and you line your own name, making more emphasis. You can see that in like I saw, for example, I made a video where I bought a DVD and I had Akira Kurosawa, and he's a big movie director, and he lined his own name. It went very well with his with his whole image of like big shot movie director.
moving on the context of knowing better of Christine, the past situations aren't leaving out lesser rumor. Instead, Ella, over 2,000 years ago in Israel and history repeat alongside Judas and Noah.
I can just imagine like it's so fucking funny. I can just imagine like the movie Passion of the Christ, like when you see the images of like everybody, like all the characters, and like looking at Jesus, like judging him or whatever. And you see all those like faces and shit, and all you see around the crowd, and he's like mixed in with the crowd is like Liquid Chris and fucking Newell and Clyde Cash and Bella and fucking what's her name? Whatever her name is, and the other one is whatever, and it's like fucking and like Maggie Chan is looking in the fucking looking from above, and there's like Sonny Chi's like Dad. Well, one of the guards would be Michael Schneider. That's his name. That's his name, right? Michael Schneider. I'm sleepy right now. Yeah. What time is it? It's not that late, but I'm sleepy right now. Yeah. We should be on another guard. Probably all the rest of the guards are like jerk offs, and then who's Mary Lee Walsh? Who's Mary Lee Walsh 2,000 years ago? Who was that? I don't know. The devil. Yeah. No, that would be the idea guy. I don't know.
Was massively betrayed. Christine was massively betrayed, like she was in her sand mine past life. There.
What?
Meditate on all that now, or this, or consult and genuine, highly enlightening psychic to see for yourself and ask a genie, highly enlightened, genie? Highly enlightened psychic to see for yourselves. Again, you can see all the emphasis that he makes on that, whatever. Consider that is your interview, Kenneth. Go ahead, please, and share all this in confirmation with what handwritten original pages were already posted as well. Thanks. Sincerely, God body, God body of Mrs. Jen Christine was a Chandler Sunshine. The goddess blue heart and love. I forgot what. I suck at reading cursive. I don't know what his. Whatever. I already talked about his signature. And you look at that pasting right there on God. There's a lot to dissect from here. Postscript. Have you ever sat on a prayer rug and with a deck of playing cards play solitaire? What? What is that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Wait a minute. What's that fucking supposed to mean? Have you ever sat on a prayer rug and with a deck of playing cards play solitaire? What does that has to do with a playing rug? Why would you do that on a prayer rug? It's generally a humbling experience. I highly recommend. What? How? Whoa, that's mind-boggling. I don't understand. But in any case, you can just see that he probably released a lot of energy when he wrote that, and it probably took a couple of minutes after that when he wrote this. You can see that he's more rested here. He took a lot of things off his mind, and he's more stable now. His writing is more stable. He's more legible. He even puts more energy. You can see that he took more time and has more energy when he's writing here. The writing is more there's a little bit more pressure, but not excess pressure like in the previous page when he was rushing. You could tell that he was rushing, and also his letters are more straight. Unlike, I mean, not entirely, but overall it's more straight. Again, indicating he's a little bit more stable right now. Took a lot of things off his mind, and he feels better about that. I shall soonly come to my temple. Jesus, oh Jesus, Jesus, Christine. That's what that means. Jesus, Christine, Western Channel. Oh my God, that's so obnoxious. Jesus, Christian, Western Channel. The vanity of calling yourself that is so over the top. Nothing else to see. Okay. Alright, that was fun. That was interesting. I had no idea. I didn't read the letters until I did it right now live on, well, not live, but right now on microphone. Again, it's not really a microphone, it's my phone. But until I recorded this, I had no idea what he talked in the next pages. It's all just fucking Christian bullshit as always. Um, Still, I like the fact that I did it. Sorry if I took too long to like the 3-4 people who are actually invested in this. I'm gonna be doing this more often, but I have more ideas. I'm gonna restructure the channel. I have a clear idea of what I want to do here now. I'm gonna stop doing certain things, not entirely, but I'm gonna leave a lot of things, a lot of certain types of videos. I'm gonna move them out of the way to make room for, I think, better ones. I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing, and this is gonna make the channel more interesting overall. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna get subs or anything like that or a lot of views. But it's still gonna be more interesting. I'm gonna be really happy with
the way I'm gonna restructure everything. If there's somebody who tags along for the ride, you are no, they are welcome, and yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna make a couple of videos that I have there stacked that I recorded a lot of them months ago. I'm gonna edit those, and then I'm gonna do the restructuring of the channel. Now that I'm starting, I'm gonna take the opportunity to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun in the new structure of the overall of the channel. Nobody has to subscribe or anything, like shit like that. Don't fucking worry about that. Whoever whoever tags along for the ride is gonna be they're gonna have fun. I'm sure. I'm gonna have even more fun. Any final thoughts? To not linger. Any final thoughts here? Well, I was right. We didn't really see anything that anything we hadn't noticed in his previous letters. As I said previously, pretty much everything you can notice from here. I wasn't really able to dig out and discover anything that we didn't know about Christian, which was my main goal when I first started doing this. I wanted to see something. I wanted to be like the big guy who discovered something hidden that Christian was actually thinking or whatever, and nobody noticed it because they were not analyzing his handwriting. There's probably something to discover there, but it's not within my skills to do that. It's not within my knowledge and graphology to do that. And we just sort of confirmed already known traits of him. We already confirmed things that pretty much we all know. He doesn't believe in himself. He's unstable. He's depressive. Um, he's um, he's a liar. He's invasive. He is, but he's also very emotional. He's artistic. Um, he is he is very transparent, and he also has a huge ego and vanity. He thinks very highly of himself, and escaping to his mind. It's his main. His fantasies are his main way to cope with his reality, and that is why he tries to convince himself so bad to feel better. That is why he tries to make it real so bad. He really wants it to be real. He really wants his fantasies to be real. He doesn't. It's not really. He doesn't really believe it. He forces himself to believe it, which is a little bit different. But he's not sure about it. But he really wants it. He feels adrenaline. He feels excited. He feels legitimately good whenever he's fantasizing, whenever he's submerging himself in this whole dimensional merge fantasies and all that. And that is true. That is his own. That is what he has to sort of make his life not as miserable. You can't really blame him for that. To be honest, like actually, you can't really blame the guy for that too much. There's always a lot of discussion about that. The way you might think one way or the other. That's a whole other thing. And that's pretty much it. I'm really happy to actually finally finish this thing, and that means I'm gonna be able to move on to the other things that I really wanna do. Not all of them involving Chris, just a portion of those things involving him. But it's gonna be cool. I'm excited, and that is it for now. I'm gonna be going. Bye. Bye bye.